Hello, my name is Coach David Butler, and today we're going to talk about making the most out of your H-back or utilising your H-back or fullback to suit your offense. Um, the H-back can mean a few things in terms of the skill set of the guy. In this country, H-back, fullback is a term that's used a lot. Um, I've always been a guy that's used the H as a hybrid back when I've had the chance to do it. Not always been the case. But if you can get a guy that can play wide receiver and running back, as I've showed in some previous clips before, it's always a great compliment to have. But I think in the broader scale, the bigger picture, the H-back is more like a bigger fullback type guy, and usually you can find those wannabe tight ends or those running backs who are a little bit too big to maybe get the traction they want or the reps that they strive to see at the R position or the wide receiver position, and you can always manipulate their mind to make them feel that they're going to get a majority more reps if they play H. That's the way I always approached it anyway. Is that you know what you might be through a fourth string running back, but you could see a lot of potential time at H slash fullback, depending on what you do and how we want to utilise it. Now, over the years, we utilise them various ways, and we'll go through a few things. Um, A lot of the time it's blocking. It can be running routes. It can be kind of football. I try and give the H back enough leg work and enough touches of the ball to be in the position worthy of carrying. You know, if I didn't worthy of carrying, I would be a strictly four wide guy. But I do love the option of running two back football, and that H back sometimes can be straight up two running backs. But when we talk about a H back persona at the moment, I'm talking about a larger, fuller fullback type guy, converted tight end, converted big body wide receiver, converted linebacker, just a big guy that wants to play running back and is a little bit too slow. Those kind of things that you can convert, all great. We'll just talk about a few things that we do with him. I've got a few clips lined up as well from stuff that we've done. Um, and I'll just go through it. Obviously, if the key to it is how can you get the H or the most out of the H with the play that you're running. So if our H was if our H was here and it was a four wide 2-2, and you ran inside zone and outside zone, that would still be the case. So what we do to make it work if we bring two back in, what can we achieve by bringing a second running back in? There's lots of things that we do to utilise it. So let's just give outside zone for example. If we were running outside zone, we would have our hatchback go ahead and lead, you know, seal the edge, whatever we want to do, and then we could have our running back and look for the outside zone or the cutback lane, depending on where we're running it. Okay, and again, you can work both ways. You can flip the play and have the R running a lead block for the H. But if you're as a small speedy guy, you don't really want him out there lead blocking too often because he's going to get his bell rung. And the tip here is don't switch your running backs over, so you don't tip your hat to who's getting the football and who's lead blocking. So you want to be asymmetrical in terms of stuff. So do give those um, bigger backs the ball, but do it in a way that you're not going to put any added pressure on your running back. The other way of doing it is if we're just running inside zone, so he's running inside zone left because it's here. You have a look for that cutback lane, reading the back of the backside guard. The two things that I've always liked to do on inside zone is we've got our cross, and all we would do on the cross is we would come across and seal that backside edge. Okay, if we were running this play in game, the H would go first, or the non-ball carrying guy would go first, and we would flip this across. We would run this both ways, H and R. So H and R would both carry the football, and the guy not carrying would come across and steal the edge. And I'm asking my running backs to come in and chip in. You know, you've got a man up and chip sometimes. You can also get into lead block. So you could run a zone lead or a dive lead, whatever you see fit, and the running back will read the hips in the back of the H. Another great option. So you got things that you can do right there from 2 plays. So, but these are the plays that we're already running. If we're in a different look, for instance, the same rules will still apply. So let's just say we were in our 2-back king look. Okay. If we're still running that outside zone play, that rule still applies to our H and then our R. We'll attack the outside with our QB into him. Okay. And if you flipped it over, it would be this side, and we still do the same thing again. And the thing that I've shown before is that we would run jet. We would run jet. And we still get our hatchback leading. So the stuff that you can do is quite simple, and it keeps the right conformity into what we're doing with it, which we really like. We don't want to put too much emphasis and too much stuff in the brains of players. We want to keep it real simple for them. You know, we're also not afraid. You know, we show multiple formations, so we may go straight up high. And again, when we do that, we still can run the very same plays. We're still running outside zone from high. You can see that the rules that we've used all the way through these plays so far carried across with continuity and conformity. So you can see that what we're doing, if we just wanted to do you can have a fallback dive with a faking the toss. Lots of things that you can do. Lots of things that are viable. We're also big fans of running the triple option. One of the things that we love to do is run the triple option. So we'll stay in our and we'll run diving side, and then we'll option it off the back side of that. We love to do this as well. It's something that we've done for many years. We run the option off of that. So there's lots of things we can do in the pass game. You know, if you're still running stick, from 2x2, you're running verts from 2x2. Whatever you're running, the same thing still, the same rules still apply. Is that if we're in queen, we just get our H to run an arrow or a swing, whatever we deem, and this would still be stick. Etc. Now I'll run a swing that way. Okay. You can see there's lots of ways to get your H-back involved in the game. And like I said, there's lots of ways of picking the body to be a H-back. Lots of ways you can do it. Lots of versions that you can do. We'll change screen. We'll show some trips of us doing different things over the course of time. Again, if we were in pro, for the change that we could run double swings. You run double swings if you were in a certain play. And also, it's a situation like where you're against a very aggressive defense. You've now got 7-man protection if you so need it. Lots of things that you can do, and lots of ways you can protect your quarterback with that extra running back in there. Okay, we'll bring this up. Okay, we should have. Okay, we should have in this clip. We're in king right now, and this would just be king lead. So all our fullback is doing is leading. Okay, that's all he's doing right now. We would king lead. He would take the first angle, and our running back would follow him. Let's watch it through. In this case, we're still in our king formation. We're just going to fake the handoff to the fullback. Throw the hitch to the Z. Nice little simple play there. We're not afraid to use our plays from two back. A nice little wrinkle that we had by play action to the fullback. So we create a space. Pick up the first down. Okay. There's another clip. We're in. You see that we're in Queen now. And also this guy here was out 7. He was a converted wide receiver. It was a little bit down the depth chart at times, due to the way that we happen to have a lot of good people come through at the wide position. So rather than him not getting the reps, because he was a dedicated guy who kept almost every practice and never missed anything. We offered him the role of a hatchback, and he took it on board, and he still kept his wide receiving hand in, but he also did a lot of reps for us in 15, 16, and 17 at the hatchback position. So now we're in Queen. As you can see, that is just triple option, but we scored it there. What we're doing there is looking to it from the dive straight down the beyond the centre, and our QB and our running back on the option backside to freeze the edge. You can see our QB doesn't run it. Our running back does a good job, but we punch it in and they make that touchdown. Watch it one more time. And again, we can still run this option play from Pro. It's just that we're doing it from Queen. We punch it in. And now we're in Pro. Not to get bigger. Not sure what's not bigger. Not sure. We're in Pro. As you can see, that's a simple 4 verts or 6 plays we call it, and we got too many for pass Pro. So we know it's an aggressive defense. We faced them a few times. Very aggressive, very strong. They want to blitz that quarterback. Keep them both here for pass Pro. It's a great job of getting involved. We still get our man free downfield. Make the catch. Okay, now different year, different quarterback. You see that we're on a straight up high now. centre with the two running backs behind him. And then just got ISO, running back lead, running back dive, third and short conversion that we make. You can see that same guy. There's lots of ways, lots of potential to use that H-back and get him involved in your system. So the clip. Here we go on a nice arrow. He takes the ball, makes a nice few yards. You can see that when we're in pro now, so he's just running an arrow. No, I think we're in queen. He's just running an arrow, and he should run a string to the side, unless he's in pass pro. He's in pass pro, so we're keeping him in, and we're just going to run this guy on the arrow. This is 53. It'll be slanting out. Gets his head round, makes the catch, picks up what he can. Again, as an example of us, we're in King out, and all we're doing on this play is we're going to get a double lead for our running backs. Again, shoes up, utilising our fullback the best we can. Doesn't do a fantastic job there getting anybody, but in principle the play's there. He looks to work. He just doesn't quite get there fast enough. But the QB's right behind him. Cuts it up, and we get super close and score that play. I think. We're in pro. We're in pro. And as we just drawn it up, this fullback is just going to go out and lead. Running back's going to follow him. Outside zone loss to the line. You see there. Get a nice block. We take it in and we score. Nice, simple. Outside zone. Play. Against a very good defense, I might add. No slouches. Engages, and our running back follows him. Fantastic job. We've got one more. Same game. Back into King. And that's just lead. Puts you through again. Our running back is going to simply follow our H-back, who is the hole first. And we make some nice yards off that one. We like to pound our football inside. Not afraid to get our noses dirty. Okay. This is the winning TD against Leicester 17. We've got a rookie QB in the QB because our QB got injured. We've got two running backs in the backfield right now. They're both running backs. He's just a little bit larger than this one, but in technicality they're both are ours. However, if French can play H, he played both roles during his time with me. Watch it through. You see they all bought on the option going to our running back, going to our stud, and we simply just walk it in with our fullback. It's all about giving your running back, your fullbacks touches, getting them involved in the game, making it worth their while to convert to H-back or fullback, keeping them involved, making them feel part of the offense, and not just being a token fullback or a token tight end, and that they don't get involved enough. Hopefully, guys, you enjoyed it, and hopefully you've been able to see something you like in it. As always, I appreciate your time and effort, so take care, boys.